You have a very firm set of views on where America is and where it started to go and how it got there. 20 years ago, you were talking about America's need always to create an external empire, the evil empire of Russia, and that this was created as a massive, worrying force, when in fact it was revealed as rather a weak, timid force, and America was the massive force. Yeah. How do you think the American administration got away with that then, when it was so much not the case?
People are very simple and they're uneducated, and our media is totally corrupt. So if you want to change people's views about Russia or China or this or that, it's pretty easy to do. You put, your principal hero or villain on the cover of Time or Life. They know how to use publicity.
But also, part of your argument is that it served the military-industrial complex. Now, I just want to say something, because it's really an odd coincidence. Today's President's Day. I was watching television this morning, and President Bush gave a live interview from Africa.
How can they tell?
Behave yourself, isn't it? Let me finish. And the interviewer said, isn't this, words to the effect of, isn't this war destroying the economy in America? To which he said, no, I think the war is making the economy strong. It provides jobs in the industry.
Did he say that?
He said that this morning. It provides jobs for people. It's exactly what you were saying.
Yeah. Well,
I didn't think he'd say. Pardon?
Well, that's what Harry Truman would have said over why we were, going to help the French in Indochina. He started that. Roosevelt had been totally against it. Roosevelt was against all colonialism, but he countermanded Roosevelt as soon as he was in the Rose Garden at Hyde Park. So that's where it starts. Now, the current president is too stupid to know this tiny bit of history I've just given. He wouldn't know anything about it. He has been told that war is very good for the United States. Look how prosperous we were during the 40s, when we were at war in Europe and in Japan, and then afterwards. We don't boast about Korea very much, but it's on the books. And the reason that the Vietnam War went on so long, it was extremely good for business. So we were full-time military power on the march looking for enemies.
Did that realization spur you to write what you call narratives of empire, your series of linked novels?
Yes, because I'm always looking for origins. Yeah,
historical fictions about the development of the USA from its beginnings into the 1960s. Now, you call yourself America's biographer, and yet it's fictional. These are novels. So where are we?
It's not that fictional.
Pardon?
If I have Harry Truman in a novel, everything he says and does, he said and did. No, the worst at the fictionalization are the Arthur Schlesinger historians. I mean, there's nothing he says about the Kennedys that is reliable, because he's too much a man of the court.
You were very close to the Kennedy court yourself.
Yes, I was. Very fond of him, I was, certainly.
One of the most charming men you've ever met, but one of the worst presidents.
That's right.
His father, you said, should have been in jail.
Yeah.
They mustn't have liked you for that. I mean, they were so...
I don't think they did.
Why did you feel impelled to say it?
Bay of Pigs. And I knew another one would be coming. And the missile crisis came. No, I was convinced he was a very bad president by then and didn't know what he was doing, and he was very sick. My sister went into his bathroom once, and when he was staying up at Hammersmith, and he asked her to get some pills for him or something from the medicine chest. So she went up. She said, I've never seen so much medicine and needles in my life. He was kept alive on drugs.
So what about Bobby Kennedy?
I couldn't stand him. But I was never very particularly fair to him either. I saw him as a total phony. As a little Torquemada. Jack was very funny about him. I was complaining to Jack about his brother. And Jack was very good at, balancing people out and saying, well, that's Bobby, you know what he's like. And I said, yeah, I don't like what he's like. And he said, you got to remember, Bobby's a policeman, Irish cop from Boston. And if he hasn't arrested somebody that day, he'll come home at night and arrest Rose, his mother. That was inside the Kennedy family from the president himself.
How far do you think you've been influencing your ideas and the way you stand for them by your grandfather?
Totally. He made me a great constitutionalist. I suppose I'm the only fiction writer of my generation who's ever read the Constitution of the United States and cared for it. And that is when I really declared war on the Bush administration, because he got rid of Magna Carta. He got rid of habeas corpus. All with those ghastly little people that he had in the Justice Department. Because he was out to avoid every constitutional limit on his powers. Every single one was to be. In a normal republic, I would probably have raised an army and overthrown the government, but we don't do anything so vulgar nowadays, so. Nor public flame, nor private dares to shine. No human spark is left, nor glimpse divine. Lo, thy dread empire, chaos, is restored. Light dies before thy uncreating word. Thy hand, great anarch, lets the curtain fall, and universal darkness buries all.
In the second volume of your memoirs, you quote the lines from Pope.
Mm-hmm.
What importance do those lines have for you?
Well, it just describes Armageddon, through which I think we're living. God knows we have a president who wants Armageddon to happen as quickly as possible. If you have a people that doesn't know any geography, and doesn't know where anything is, doesn't know what Russia is, except they're evil, and we have literally demented, I'd like to see his brain examined, president. He's crazy. And he puts everything in religious terms. You can see how much I love the background to what little thinking he has, which is evangelical. He is willing to destroy the United States in order to stand tall. He's a midget, you know. But midgets are very good at killing real boys.